can't even tell y'all what my husband just did because it wasn't appropriate. Anyways, I have not been on for a while because I have really been struggling dealing with something. Can't go into details yet, but I just wanted to touch base because I kind of made myself a promise that this was something that I wanted to do and be consistent with. And I noticed that the last week or two since I had a situation occur, actually it's been 3 weeks, hadn't it been? Yes, 3 weeks, sweetie. It's been about 3 weeks. It's just kind of thrown me off my game, and I'm wondering if anybody else out there has kind of experienced that before, where it seemed like you like life was going great, you had a plan, you wrote down your strategy and you were implementing your plan, and out of nowhere, life just happened. Something that was so unpredictable that you were just in total shock. Well, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I was talking to my mentor yesterday, and I was telling my mentor, I said, I am so angry. I am so frustrated. And you guys, I'm just owning that right now. I'm not going to stay here forever. But one of the things that I realized, as you guys know, I didn't invent this, but there's like 5 stages to grief. And for me, I don't know if I ever really experienced pure anger. Because I always want to be the nice one. I want to be the strong one. I want everybody to get along. I wanted things to work out. And this situation has just ignited something in me where everything that was down there just came up. And so I've been very, very upset. And I'm sharing this because the Bible doesn't teach us not to be anger. It just tells us to be mindful of the way that we're angry, and not to, carry it forever. I don't remember the Bible scripture, and I apologize for that because I'm just kind of doing what I do and just speaking from the heart right now. But I don't plan to stay angry forever. I plan to resolve the issue and to address the issue, and that's what I've been doing, and that's part of the reason I haven't been on live, because I've been working nonstop day and night trying to gather information to show and it's just crazy because sometimes things happen in life and people will lead you to think that you're crazy. You know the truth, you're there, you're present, and they will still twist the situation and manipulate the situation to make it seem like that, hey, you just didn't understand. And that is clearly not the case in this situation. So I've spent a lot of sleepless days and nights trying to gather information just to support what I already know is the truth. But I don't know if anybody out there has ever dealt with that. But that's what I'm kind of dealing with today. And my heart is heavy, my heart is broken. And I'm still going to, I know that I have a purpose, and I'm still working every day also to try to make sure that I complete that. One of the things that I want to do, as if you've been watching, I've been working on a book, and so I want to continue to pursue the book, but it's been really hard, and this has been a major, major distraction. So again, I ask, and I can't see my comments because Elena used to get on all the time, so YouTube automatically took the chat off. So if you're commenting, I'm not being rude, I'm not ignoring you. They just don't give me the option. I'm actually glad that I can even get on live because after having her on multiple times, and one time she was on by herself, they took us off. So I'm glad to be back. And so I'm just jumping on today. I'm not gonna be before you long. I just wanted to say hi, let you guys know how I was doing. Not doing that great, but I'm still here. I got a lot of things to be blessed about. And that's one of the things that I always preach, and that's one of the things I'm gonna try to live by, is to look at the positive. Look at the positive. And I have a funny story. So yesterday, I'm taking a class, and it's a challenge. The class isn't a challenge. That is part of a challenge. That's the class. And so one of the first things that my mentor does is he always says, okay, let's start out with something positive. And he already knew I had been going through some stuff. So he was like, let's start out with something positive. And I promise you guys, I wrecked my brain, and I was sitting there trying to figure out, like, what can I say that was good? What can I say that was good? And I kept on going through in my head, and nothing came up. And when I tell you that is so rare for me, that is so rare. Because normally I can find something, whether it's just the sky is blue and the grass is green. But I just told him, I said, I am so angry. And for me, and I keep sharing this, it's so important, and it's important. I learned something from that. I'm normally the person that try to encourage people to just keep going, push through it. You don't quit. And it was almost like God had given me a mirror, and I was looking, and I was like, no, I'm upset, and I'm going to acknowledge how I feel. I'm not gonna push through this feeling just to make other people feel more comfortable. I'm very upset, and I have a right to be upset. And so I'm kind of saying that through different lenses, because I'd always thought, just get through it quickly. Just don't sit in it. And sometimes you do have to process it. That's what we'll say. That's the word we'll use, and that's what I've been trying to do. Sometimes you just have to process it, and sometimes, particularly when it doesn't make sense, it's really difficult and hard to process. And that's why you have to just kind of stop and pause. And what I've been doing is not trying to relive it, but I've been documenting and trying to. I've gone through the appropriate channels and spoken to the appropriate people. I still haven't gotten the results that I want or need. And so I am just continuing to pursue it because, again, I know it happened. I was there, and I will share it with you guys one day. I just can't share it right now. But it's been, like I said, heartbreaking. It was a lot of different factors that went into that. Sweetie, please leave the window. You don't have to. Yeah, let the window down, sweetie.
What did you get today on this side?
Oh, you'll see it. It got the little machine. You'll see it. Ask them where the hot cocoa is. It has like 5 or different. No, you don't have to mix it at all. It's already pre-done. Okay. It has levers. You gonna get me one too?
Okay.
So we're gonna stop by QT. We got to pick Elena up shortly, but it's like, I don't know, 70 to 80 degrees out here. It's hot. I don't even have sleeves on. It's hot. But he's trying to get a hot cocoa. Anyways, like I said, I just wanted to get before you guys and let you know how I'm doing. I'm gonna make it through. Just like I've made it through so many other things in life. And one of the things that my mentor said, and one of the things that I live by and that I always say too, and it's so funny, because a lot of times when I'm listening to him, it's like I'm listening to myself. But what he was saying is, take the thing that you went through and use it. And I always say that the thing that you went through is probably part of your purpose. So yes, I'm upset. Yes, it hurt me deeply. But if you think I'm not going to use every single thing that I experience, I am. I already know God's gonna use it, and it's only gonna make me stronger. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt in this season. It doesn't mean that it was totally for my benefit. But in the end, I can choose to, and that's what I'm gonna do. I can choose to make something that was negative into a positive. And believe me, I will be talking about some of this stuff in my upcoming book. Speaking of which, my goal for my book was April 25th, 24th. It's going to be my birthday, so I was going to have a book signing. This has totally thrown my time frame off. I've had to commit a lot of time to working on this situation versus on my book. So I am unfortunately going to have to change my time frame. My goal and deadline was to have my book published by April 24th and have my book signing on the 25th. And it looks like I'm going to have to shift that to August 15th. And some of my friends were like, why August? So if you don't know my backstory is I lost my 7-year-old daughter, Naomi Love, 15 years ago. And in honor of her, since I can't do it on my 50th birthday, I'm gonna do it in honor of her, because that's why I've been doing all of this. And I just want to acknowledge and honor her on that day. So August 15th is going to be my date. So I hope you guys will stay tuned and continue to follow me on this journey called life. Yes. So that's where I'm at. Don't really have anything else to share right now, but I'm going to try to be more consistent than I've been this last 3 weeks. But like I stated, I've had a lot going on. That was very discouraging. There was some misrepresentation and some deceitful behavior. Can't talk about it in detail right now, but I will be sharing more with you guys coming up. I told you I'll try to always be honest. That's why I had to jump on today, even though I still hurt a lot personally from that situation. I just wanted to touch base with you and let you know I'm okay, and I'm gonna make it through. And with that said, I want to share the same thing to you. I know it gets hard. It's hard right now for me. I know it gets hard sometimes. Life does, particularly when you trust people, particularly when you respect people, or when you try to do things the right way, and you try to have integrity, and then it feels like other people don't. It can be very, very difficult. And I'm gonna say that don't sometimes is intentional, sometimes it's not. This situation, there was a lot of opportunity. People could have corrected their behavior, and they chose not to. So you decide. But I just want to say again, thank you guys for just joining me, continuing to follow and support me. I was gonna put this camera down because Ronald don't want to be on. He claiming don't want to be on the camera. Then he walks in front of the camera. But every time I put this camera down, this little extra chin part right here, be looking like a turkey neck. Anyways, y'all know I can talk, love to talk, and I love to share. So I just want to say thank you guys. And I'm trying to think for a moment. Okay. I said I can generally always find something positive. In the last few weeks, I haven't really had a lot of positive things because I haven't been focusing my attention on them. So Ronald just brought me a cup of hot cocoa, and I love hot cocoa, by the way. I love it almost as much as I love ice cream. So I got my little cup of hot cocoa. So that is my one thing today that I can say that's a positive, that's a pro. And I've had a lot of other good things going on. I've had some other things that are going on that are not so great, that have been challenging. But I think sometimes that's life. You're gonna go through the ups, you're gonna go through the downs. And the real I don't want to say challenge, but just knowing that if you keep on striving, that you'll make it through. And one of the things that I always tell people is you'll be able to use that down the road. And one day you'll look at what it is that you've been through, and you'll think to yourself, that's why I had to go through that. And even in addition to that, sometimes it's not even for you that you go through it. Normally, what I've noticed in my life, some of the things that I've gone through, some of the hardest, most challenging things, I've been able to share with other people and help them through difficult situations as well. So keep that in mind. I don't know where you're at, what you're going through, but just know you can make it out. And if you stay consistent, you can probably come out stronger in the end. So thank you again for joining me. Can't wait to come back and join you guys soon, and talk to you soon. Trying to keep Ronald out the camera, and he keeps trying to get in it. Okay.